we are recording on a draft day. This is Max's draft day, so we're getting all the practice that we can in before our drafts. Mine is tomorrow. Max's is to later today. And yeah,
Hmm.
I think this is a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with it last time, so I think we're gonna have a lot more fun with it this time.
Yep, I agree. I don't know where I'm drafting, so I picked the 9 spot just so you guys have more to do in the middle of the draft because Simon will be all the way at the end at 1. So I wanted
Yeah.
to kind of even that out. Also, I
Yep.
picked at 7 last time. I figured picking at 9 would be picking at 9 or 10, which was what was available to me, would be another good way to kind of see what's going on. The rankings from last time have changed a little bit. And here, let me show you some of the things that changed. I'll show you the big ones. The first big one is you'll see it. Leonard Fournette has dropped a little bit. He used to be around here with Carson
Understandable.
and DJ, and David Johnson rose a little bit, but that's not a big change. Where is Leonard Fournette? Let me try to find Leonard Fournette. Where did he go? I don't even know. Uh, he's at
Leonard
85.
85, yeah. With Christian Kirk,
85 for Leonard
Tyler
Fournette.
Higbee,
So
Philip Lindsay, Jordan Howard, J.K. Dobbins.
yeah, he's around Lindsay and Howard. So they're not even convinced he's gonna start. And Ronald Jones is above him. That's interesting. But Ronald Jones also dropped a lot. So yeah, maybe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers running game probably wouldn't be one to watch out for too much, but we'll see. Ronald Jones probably will probably take on the James White role, as I
Uh-huh.
said last week. So he might be more valuable. We'll see. And a few other little things here and there, but it's not that important.
Yeah. For all my Yahoo users out there, if you're doing mock drafts before and you plan on doing a draft, I would strongly recommend doing one again, as in Yahoo the position rankings have drastically flipped in the sense that a lot of the better running backs are going to be taken in the first couple rounds in the draft, so just kind of be wary of that. Um, so even me, who I'm going to be taking Christian McCaffrey first overall, which I will do now because the draft is now open. If I take two wide receivers off the bat, there's not going to be a lot of running backs left. So just kind of keep that in mind. But still, a lot of talent still there at the top. I've been in the mock I did yesterday. I was able to get both Christian McCaffrey and DeAndre Hopkins in the first round, which which both me and Max agree is probably going to be very um, not very likely on draft day. But we're just playing around with it. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Okay, so
Uh,
new development. Lamar Jackson just won at number 3, so that's
oh
interesting.
fuck, we're drafting with
Okay,
idiots.
so yep, this is an expert mock. This is, as you can see right over here, expert 12-team mock, and as you can see right down here,
Oh
Lamar Jackson at 3rd overall.
no,
If this is a two
fuck.
quarterback league, which I've played before, and they're not bad. Lamar
Mhm.
Jackson at 3 is absolutely reasonable, but
This
not
isn't
in a
that.
one quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't that. Just to be clear, if I have the number 2 overall pick, I'm taking Ezekiel Elliott over Saquon Barkley, but that's a personal thing. You can't go wrong with either one. You really can't.
You really can.
Yeah, I
Queuing
think
up
I
all
think
my.
yeah, I think Daniel Jones is going to take a jump, and as he takes a jump, he's going to be throwing a lot more, which means Saquon will get a lot more work in the passing game.
Yeah.
However, I do feel like guys like Darius Slayton and Sterling Shepard will get a good workload this year, and
Mhm.
Daniel Jones will have a lot more of a piece in this offense, which means Saquon will be as much of a focal point as people think he's going to be, which means I think that Ezekiel Elliott will be better overall, but not by much. I think Saquon's still the number 3 fantasy player in the league.
Interesting. I really like Saquon, so fuck you. But you know. Anyways,
Right.
okay.
So
So after a
my
little
picks
Lamar Jackson
next.
hiccup, uh, after the little Lamar Jackson hiccup, everything's pretty much going according to plan. Alvin Kamara, of course, is still on the board with his contract holdout, which is understandable, but there he
Not
goes.
anymore. All
Yep.
right. So my pick here, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire or Josh Jacobs would be the guys I'm looking at right here.
You know who
I'm
to
not
take.
considering Miles Sanders or Nick Chubb just yet. Edwards-Helaire will be my pick. However, you have to be wary when picking rookies that they will be eased in a little bit. So you're picking more of an investment than a day one right away killer.
Boo. Boo. You should have gone with Josh Jacobs. He's way better. Boo.
I'm still a little concerned with the offense. I know exactly what I'm getting with the Chiefs offense, not so much.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But Jacobs is the next best player easily.
Mm-hmm.
And then after him, if you have like the 11th pick and you're looking for a running back, Joe Mixon's the play after Jacobs.
Yeah.
Or Sanders, actually. Sanders or Mixon. One of those two.
Nick Chubb isn't bad, but the whole splitting time with Kareem Hunt's definitely going to hurt him a bit.
Yeah. There's a lot of concern picking this early with guys like Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones, Kenyon Drake, and Joe Mixon. Or no, not Joe Mixon. Miles Sanders. You have to be wary with those four that if you pick one of those two guys, you need a running back too, a solid running back too.
Okay, Josh Jacobs. So again, everything's pretty much according to plan as of right now. A lot of running backs are going off the board. One quarterback, one wide receiver. That quarterback was an interesting play, as we mentioned earlier, but
to be fair, it feels kind of weird that the MVP is supposed to be going like mid third, fourth round. That's just a weird feeling to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know it's fantasy, but still, right?
Probably the only sport where that's actually a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Except maybe basketball.
I don't know. Giannis is like a top 3 pick, right?
It depends. It depends.
Fills up the stat sheet.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that's right. I don't know. I don't play fantasy basketball, so I wouldn't know. But like the main guys that stick up to me are like Anthony Davis. Ooh, okay, here you are. Max is picking again.
So Eckler's the obvious pick here. Obviously, because of the bye week, week 10, it's not great. However, you can't really look at the bye weeks this early. Just draft around it. Eckler's an easy pick if you can get a good like top tier running back at your second pick, like me. Absolutely do it. Eckler's an easy pick for me.
Oh, you should have taken.
I'm not a fan of Kenyon Drake. I'm really not.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I'm leaving Hopkins for you in case he falls.
Oh, yay! Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No, there's no way. There's no way he falls. I think you'll probably get your hands on Galladay.
Fuck. Give me Julio. Oh, okay, they're back to back. There's no way I'm getting either of them.
Even with an auto pick right up there.
Yeah.
The Joker is going auto. It's the second round. Why are you going auto?
Is that the same guy who took Lamar Jackson? I want to know.
Bro,
let's see.
Check it.
Dalvin Cook. It's not him.
Okay.
Who is the guy?
Okay, so we have 2 idiots in this draft, is what you're saying to me.
Okay, well, Hopkins might fall to me.
That would be interesting. I see Thomason, the guy right in front of you, is off, which means you're going to have to wait the full 45 seconds.
I know.
And he's probably going to auto. Le'Veon Bell. Okay, Le'Veon Bell went pretty early. Okay, Carson and Bell are both off the board. People are really going running back heavy. I guess I'm lucky I got Eckler.
Give me Hopkins. Oh, let's go!
Got him.
Okay, so I'm taking my boy DeAndre Hopkins.
You got Godwin too. That's crazy.
Yeah, I could take Godwin, and honestly, I think that's the play here.
Yeah, value-wise, go Godwin over the next best player, David Johnson. That seems to be the play.
I can probably wait and still get a couple good wide receivers. A couple of good running backs at least in this format. So I'm going to do that.
Honestly, this type of draft where if you have a late first-round pick, you're in a really good spot. That's probably the best place to draft in a draft like this, where you can grab 2 workhorse running backs.
Yeah.
Whereas the people at the beginning of the first round really don't have that luxury, but they can get top wide receivers because they will fall. I mean, again, I wouldn't bank on DeAndre Hopkins falling that far, but he might. He really might.
Hey, in three drafts, I've already got him 3 times. So.
Well, hope is not a good thing to have in fantasy. You need strategy. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That. Just let me have this, man.
No, fuck you. I'm kidding. I'm
Okay.
kidding. If it might be a trend, if Hopkins doesn't fall, then the guy after Hopkins falls, which means you're still very okay in a really good spot. So it really doesn't matter. I think picking a top wide receiver there is the right thing to do, and you can probably get a really good one, which is
Yeah.
shocking to me that guys like Le'Veon Bell and Chris Carson are going off the
Going
board
at it
before
really.
DeAndre Hopkins. I would never do that, but still, just even looking at the value here on this side right here, DeAndre Hopkins is up here in the second tier, and guys like Carson and well Fournette's here, but that's because I haven't really updated the rankings. But Carson and Bell are here too. And
Easy.
Odell Beckham Jr. is still on the board, so that's an easy pick for me.
That's a nice pick, yeah.
I still do. I do have slight concerns about Allen Robinson and his workload, just a little bit, but he does deserve to be up here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping. Well, I'm not hoping. I know this. Actually, if David Johnson falls, which I don't think he will, but if he does, I will pick David Johnson. But if he doesn't, then Cooper Kupp will be my pick.
Yeah. Cooper.
Because I don't think Ridley's gonna fall.
Interesting. He might.
Yeah.
Oh,
if he does,
wait,
I'd be
hold on.
happy.
Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2.
No,
3.
he just went. So and
Oh.
Mahomes just went. Okay, but this is a round 3 pick 11 is a good place for Mahomes.
Yeah.
But considering if you look here, yeah, that's around the same value for what you're seeing. But yeah, Ridley just went. That's sad. I like Kupp. I don't know why Woods is ranked this high. I really don't.
I don't know.
I like Kupp more.
Well, the
Gurley
volume
just went.
Oh, actually, maybe not.
Okay.
Gurley just went. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna.
Neither of us are fans of Gurley.
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna say in Yahoo, the ADP for Patrick Mahomes is like 11.
Yeah.
Which is a little high,
That's
at least in
really
my
weird.
opinion.
That's really strange.
But
All right, David Johnson.
Nice pickup from Max.
Investing in the running backs is probably a decent idea, especially if you can get a guy like Odell. But it could come back and bite me. Who knows? We'll see.
Okay. That's not a good value.
There's a slight chance that Zach Ertz falls to you.
I noticed that, yes. But the question is, do I want to get Zach Ertz that early? That's the question.
I think Zach Ertz is as reliable as you can get at the tight end position, but it depends on what else is there.
I have my eye on 4 running backs right now, and...
Well, what do you know? There are 4 running backs right at the top of the board right here.
Wow. Are those possibly the ones that I'm targeting? You'll never know.
I know you. You're targeting Devin Singletary as well.
Yes. But yeah, exactly. There's a lot still at the top, actually. Wow, Keenan Allen's still available. Holy.
Yeah, I can see that, but he will probably go in that next wave of wide receivers.
Come on, give him to me. Give him to me.
I don't like Melvin Gordon this year.
I don't either.
I don't know why. He doesn't have the receiving ability, and I feel like they're.
Go ahead.
Philip Lindsay's sick. Philip Lindsay's so good.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like the time short between the two at all.
Yeah, I think worst case scenario, they split 50-50, and that's going to be tough because Drew Lock will be slinging the ball.
Oh, my God. Okay, this guy's team is very interesting. Very, very. PP Mirk. Dude.
Okay, so he just drafted Jonathan Taylor. That's
Damn
okay.
It.
But he's going interesting. He's waiting for his wide receivers. That sucks. But hey, Cam Akers is there. That's an easy Cam Akers pick.
Taking Cam Akers for Simon.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna follow up with a nice DeAndre Swift pick.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. It's definitely an interesting play.
I was thinking about going for Zach Ertz, but I decided to wait a bit longer to get a tight end, just because I know the value is going to be there a bit later in the draft.
With the tight ends, the value does drop off hard.
Yeah.
Once you get Zach Ertz and Darren Waller, the talent really falls, as you can see. But it's not a bad idea to start with running backs early because these running backs are really going to make a difference for you down the stretch. I really love the Akers pick. I really do. I think he's gonna have a big year. I think the Rams' offense is gonna be very productive, just to make up for the fact that their defense has no depth. They'll be trailing a lot of games. They'll have to throw a lot, and I think Cam Akers will have a large part in both the passing and the receiving game. So I'm highly okay with that pick. And if you look, he's got Hopkins, Godwin, and McCaffrey. So it really doesn't matter what you have in the rest of your team. I think just loading up your starting lineup is what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really it.
Yes, we are.
Simon's in a really good spot.
I'm in a very good spot as always.
Yeah. So looking at the draft right now, I'm glad that I'm loaded up on running backs because I don't really want to take a chance on guys like Montgomery or Singletary right now. Yeah. Singletary, I'm as high as we've been on Singletary in the past, which we should be.
We are.
The system's there. It's just Zach Moss might take a bite out of his workload is what we're worried about. Only thing we're worried about because Devin Singletary's sick.
Always. Of course Singletary's sick.
Right. I'm so happy. My boy.
No. What? What?
Okay, a week 10 bye week is again not ideal. However, again, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Keenan Allen is the value here. Metcalf is a solid pick too. So you can't really go wrong with either guy. Both of them were on my fantasy team last year. We went to the finals, didn't win, and Singletary actually. Yeah.
That's fucked.
I'm happy with either of these guys, but Keenan Allen is the really reliable top end guy, so I'll pick him.
I love Keenan Allen. I wish he was available a little later. Oh wow, I'm really just at the back of that thing. Holy.
Yeah, I wish he was on a slightly more reliable offense with a slightly more reliable quarterback option. However, Keenan Allen will supersede that a little bit, so I'm okay with it. And in case you're wondering, my team is called Dak to the Future.
Not another particular rendition of Dak?
Look at that. Devin Singletary falls. That's interesting. So let's look at our options here. The best option would be Devin Singletary. The best wide receiver option is, in my opinion, Michael Gallup. And the best quarterback option is Kyler Murray. You guys remember what happened last time where I went to take Carson Wentz off my queue, and it was pretty funny.
I remember that. That was funny. I like that.
I think looking at my roster right now, Kyler Murray's the pick. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Like the rushing
of the roster is nice.
The rushing is gonna be there for you, which is nice.
I think Russell Wilson will probably fall to you. Oh, never mind. He just went.
I had him queued up. That's annoying.
Zach Moss went before Devin Singletary. That's the first time I've ever seen that.
He's ranked above. Zach Moss is ranked above second Singletary on Yahoo.
But Singletary ranked A higher here.
Yeah. Okay. Right, so here we go.
This aggregate ranking here, where you can kind of see where sites kind of have rankings of these players and the average rankings of each of them. So that's kind of where you can get that aggregate. We'll put the link in the description of this video so you can kind of get it. Obviously,
the list, yes.
Yeah, these rankings came from late August, so it doesn't really account for Leonard Fournette on the Buccaneers. But
basically doesn't account for all the movement that's happened in the last couple of weeks. So kind of keep that in mind.
A couple of days, not the last couple of weeks.
Days, rather. Days, right. Days. Yes, sorry, my bad.
So, for you, looking at it, you're in a spot where you can really choose what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, picking a wide receiver is the right call. One wide receiver and a quarterback? That seems to be what you're looking at. Depends.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm just looking at the wide.
Yeah, reach for a quarterback. It's not even a reach at this point.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so I want to go wide receiver here.
Who's the wide receiver you like here?
I like AJ Green. I like Stephon Diggs. I'm probably gonna go with AJ Green, just because he is a very solid player there. And in terms of quarterback, I don't really think there's really any question I want to go for. I'm gonna go for Matt Ryan.
I hate the
So,
Tom Brady before Matt Ryan. I really hate that.
yeah.
Everything about that.
Yeah. So
Lose faith in humanity.
we're coming along here. We got Matt Ryan, CMC, Cam Akers, Godwin, Hopkins, Swift, and AJ Green. So again, team's really starting to take shape here, which is starting to look really good. So
Yeah, so I'm just hopeful that Marvin Jones stays on the board because I'm really looking at him here. I like the value that he brings. If
yes.
not, the top 2 wide receiver options are him, Marvin Jones, Tyler Boyd, who's not going to fall to me, and Deontay Johnson. Those are the 3 I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, interesting pick for sure. But yes, I agree. Value's definitely there.
Yeah, Marvin Jones is ranked way lower than he should be. Personal opinion. He's in a really friendly offense, and he's got a good rapport with Stafford. I like it a lot. Look at that, Leonard Fournette. We're coming up on Leonard Fournette. Should I pick him?
I think the value will be there. Well, sorry, I know it's a mock, but like the value would definitely be there.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this is going relatively smooth. This is taking less time than the last one did, if I remember correctly. I think everyone's a little more decisive this time.
Yeah. Well, we're in the expert draft. I hope so.
Yeah. Well, expert in air quotes. Except for where these quarterbacks have been going. Besides that.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at that. Tyler Boyd falls. That's interesting. Yeah. I didn't think he would. Let's check out the tight ends and see who's there. So the top one is Hunter Henry, which means they are falling. And if I want Marvin Jones, that means I can take a gamble on and wait until my next pick. So Hunter Henry might not be a bad idea here, because I'm not huge on. There's definitely a drop off after Jared Cook. So,
for sure.
Although Hurst is a solid pick, and I really like Herndon and Jack Doyle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably just go with Marvin Jones here and hope that Hunter Henry does fall. If not, Jared Cook will be there. Okay, Drew Brees went afterwards, then Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, probably the best option, best plan.
Yeah. I think even no matter if you're worried about AJ Green and what he's going to do, Tyler Boyd is going to be a fixture in that offense. It doesn't even matter. He's really good.
Yeah.
I think everyone watching probably didn't watch much of the Bengals last year, but Tyler Boyd was one of their best players. He was actually really productive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, approaching this next run of running backs here. The one I like here, if you look at everything here, from Leonard Fournette to James White, the ones I like are actually Leonard Fournette and James White. Those are the 2 I like the most in this little run. Obviously, I have a soft spot for a Raven, like J.K. Dobbins. But I don't know. The value is going to be there with James White. And Leonard Fournette, he is so talented. He's such a good player.
Right.
And if you look at that, Hunter Henry is going to fall to me. Yeah, I called it. So, what do you think? Deontay Johnson or Hunter Henry? I think filling out the starting lineup is the best way to go, especially if I have Marvin Jones. But Deontay Johnson will not fall to me again. It's an interesting question. What do you think, Simon?
I'd probably go with Deontay Johnson. Actually, no, sorry. I'd probably go for Hunter Henry, just because I think the value will definitely be there, especially as you mentioned, the tight end value is going to drop after Hunter Henry.
That's true. I love my Week 10 bye weeks. So Hunter Henry joined the club. We've got 3 Chargers on the team. Last year I had a lot of Chargers too. Didn't really work out for me because they didn't do so well last year. But at least expectations are a little more realistic for the Chargers this year.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the big thing I think that sticks out to me. Like, especially with Tyrod and maybe Justin Herbert later on in the season. I think the value will definitely be there for the Chargers in the draft.
Which week do you think Justin Herbert will start?
Man, that's so tough.
No, not start. When do you think his first week of play will be?
I could see it being like week 4, week 5, just giving Tyrod a bit of time. Oh, I'm on the clock. Sorry, everyone.
Yep.
I have to pay. I have to. So I
Which do you,
think I'm really thinking tight end here, and the one that sticks out to. Oh, did I just auto draft?
you drafted Ruggs and you drafted
Oh,
Aaron. No, you drafted Henry Ruggs and Matthew Stafford. You did auto draft.
oh, what?
How that
Okay.
works. Yeah, not the most ideal place to draft a backup quarterback, but
Yeah,
having
but
Stafford
the
there is
value was
very good.
there. The value was there. Okay, well, I was gonna go tight end. I was gonna grab Noah Fant, but Hayden Hurst rather, but that's okay.
I called you. He might fall. He really might. And worst
I
comes
will
to
put
worst,
that.
Jack Doyle will be there for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. Max, are you drafting one tight end or two tight ends in this coming season?
I'm gonna draft two.
Yes, okay.
I think honestly, I think the value's there to draft a second tight end, especially if you can wait and get a guy like Chris Herndon
Yes,
with your
okay.
second. I think it's absolutely fair. So, looking at my team, I have three running backs and three wide receivers. So I'm gonna beef up there. My favorite pick as far as wide receivers, who I think this is the right time to take another wide receiver. I think Preston Williams is a guy that I will probably take flyer on here because who knows what Slayton's gonna do this year. He would be my second option. Jameson Crowder's solid. Thank you, Matthew Berry. I will make my pick. It's Preston Williams. Um, Preston Williams apparently was out targeting Devontae Parker by the end of the year. So that's an interesting little factoid.
Okay. Yes.
I didn't know John Brown fell this far.
Okay,
Okay,
and there
Jared Cook
goes
and Noah
no
Fant just
offense.
yeah.
Okay, that's disappointing. That's okay. Hey, we will make do. We will do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. John Brown is at 99 right now. I don't. Oh, Hayden Hurst just went. Uh,
Fuck.
sorry about that. I
It's
didn't think
okay.
John Brown was. He really fell down the draft board a little bit. He was sitting around the mid 70s, I think, if I remember correctly. So it's kind of interesting to see him here.
Yeah.
Sad. So fourth wide receiver down. So I'm going to look for a running back. The one I'm looking for right now is obviously Latavius Murray. He's going to be the he'll be the main running back there. Oh, he just went. That sucks. But it's okay. I'll take Darrell Henderson if he does fall over Madison.
I think there's also a good chance that Alvin Kamara is a starting back on game for week 1. People are talking about the contract situation, but I do think there's a very good chance that he'll be there for week 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree completely. Between Madison and Henderson, I think it's close. Henderson, I think, has the injury issue. Madison deals with the Dalvin Cook injury issue. I think it's okay to take a handcuff there. I'll go with Henderson because he might take some reps off of Cam Akers, who is a rookie, whereas Dalvin Cook is very much established.
Okay.
And now coming over to Simon's next pick. Let me switch over. So looking at the tight ends available on the board, my favorite of the ones that are on the board is Chris Herndon, obviously.
Yes,
I've talked a lot about Chris Herndon.
Right.
So I think he'd be a good pick because Sam Darnold and Chris Herndon do have a nice rapport.
Yes.
And it seems like after bringing in guys like Jameson Crowder and drafting Denzel Mims that they do want to commit to throwing the ball a bit more.
Right. So I'm gonna go with a running back and also grab a tight end with my one.
Yep.
So I'm gonna grab Duke Johnson because I think that's a really good value pick there. And then I am gonna grab the aforementioned Chris Herndon in my tight end spot. Okay. So we're looking pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out so far.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, this is a good team. I'm a little jealous of the Duke Johnson pick. You always seem to snag him from me.
I do.
It's just the way it goes in fantasy. You can't look too much into that. 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers. I know that there's a little running back run that's going to go on, but this is really I'm going to look at Boston Scott. He's the guy I'm going to want to take next. For now, McCole Hardman has a lot of value. So does Anthony Miller. So I'm going to go with McCole Hardman just because he will be a very, very interesting pick going forwards. And who knows what the Chiefs are going to do with him? Who knows what the Chiefs are going to do with Clyde Edwards-Helaire? We really have no idea. But we all know that they're going to get used, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Mhm.
Considering like Demarcus Robinson, their number 4 wide receiver, gets used pretty well.
Right. Oh yeah, a little breaking news today. Well, Jadeveon Clowney is officially a member of the Tennessee Titans, and AP is a member of the Detroit Lions, which is very interesting. But good for Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, that he was able to land on his feet after being cut by one of the worst teams in the league.
Yep, exactly. So hopefully he does well. He can mentor my boy, DeAndre Swift.
That would be nice. I think
Yes.
from what I'm seeing, DeAndre Swift is going to be used as more of a receiving back at the beginning of the year, whereas Kerryon Johnson is the runner. But I think that's going to be subject to change later when they find out that DeAndre Swift is just as effective as a runner.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, looks like a lot of people are auto drafting now, as you can see on Max's screen, which is again isn't really a problem, but
Yeah.
yes.
So Sony Michel and Damian Harris are very interesting to me. I don't know which one's going to be the primary back though, and I think by the end of the year it'll be Damian Harris over Sony Michel. I think Sony Michel just never really had a chance to show what he can do in that offense. I like Boston Scott over them though. I think he's got the upside and he'll be really solid. So I'm going to take Boston Scott. Yeah, I don't. If not, then I probably would have snagged Damian Harris. That would have been my pick if Boston Scott wasn't there. But from here on out, now that I've got 5 running backs and 5 wide receivers, that's where I kind of want to be. So it's time to fill out the rest of the roster. For you, you're also looking at the same 5 wide receivers, 5 running backs. So I guess it's time for you to grab that tight end and fill out that roster.
Well, I have 4 running backs right now. I'm ideally going to grab one more. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to grab Nyheim Hines, the Indianapolis Colts, as my 5th running back.
Yeah.
And then wide receiver.
I really like that pick.
I don't know. There's a lot of guys. I guess Eric Ebron would be an interesting pick. Did Jack Doyle go?
No, he's still there.
Oh,
he's at the top.
Oh, okay. Then I think I'm gonna take my second tight end with Jack Doyle then, and then take a flyer on one of the younger wide receivers later on in the draft.
Yeah. Yep. 2 Colts and 2 picks.
I'm
a fan. I
didn't even
support
notice
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nyheim Hines will be really interesting. I wonder what's going to happen with him. So it's now my pick. So the guy that I like at tight end, with all of these guys gone, I do really like Jonnu Smith. I do really like Irv Smith Jr. And I really like Blake Jarwin. So looking at the bye week 10, that takes out Blake Jarwin. Eric Ebron's probably the best pick right now. Steeler, but you got to do what you got to do. I will take Eric Ebron.
Sean McVay through Jared Goff.
Oh, perfect. My Ravens are on the board. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I saw the Steelers, Bills, and 49ers, who are the 3 teams above them, the 3 defenses above them. For the Titans are still relatively low considering they do have a 12, 13 sack candidate on the other side of Vic Beasley. So
interesting
to me, but obviously I'm going to try to get a Raven in every draft. Got Tucker in the last mock, so I will get the Ravens here. The Ravens defense.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so looking at wide receiver here and the defense. Come on, fall to me, baby. Damn it. Okay.
What, T. Higgins?
Nah, the Colts. I wanted the Colts, but I will gladly take the Bears.
Bears is a good pick. And
probably
a kicker, backup quarterback.
I already have a backup.
Oh, Jared Goff is on the board.
Haha.
Take Baker Mayfield.
Should I take?
If you want a backup quarterback.
I already have Matt Stafford as my backup, dude.
Oh right, you already have a backup quarterback. That's hilarious.
I'm gonna draft Chase Claypool actually. No, I don't know. I kind of messed up. I don't really have a lot of wide receiver options here, but
Take a kicker. Honestly, I can't even blame you for that. I
Yeah.
can't even blame you. He wouldn't have fallen to me. He really wouldn't have.
Yeah. Should I take Chase Claypool, the savior of the what's it called of the Pittsburgh Steelers apparently?
Uh, sure, you should. Yeah. So it's between a kicker and a backup quarterback for me. Obviously, Drew Lock is all the way down here. He's the guy I'm looking at. So I have. Wait, hold on. When is Kyler Murray's bye week?
5, isn't it?
It's 8. So he has the
8.
same bye week as Drew Lock. So I'll probably just wait and not take Drew Lock. But Will Lutz is the right pick here. The second last round is the earliest I will pick a quarterback, in case anyone's wondering. I don't think anybody's wondering, but it is the earliest. Okay, so we're approaching my final pick. And so this is the end of the line for me. So you'll see my full team. Jared Goff is my pick.
Oh
I have
my
for the memes.
God.
I had to. For the memes. I had to. Only 1 week. Week 8. Week 8, Jared Goff will start, and he will lose the week for me. And then for the rest of the year, it'll be smooth sailing because Kyler Murray will be on my team.
Okay, so
Block for you.
with my last pick, I'm gonna take a wide receiver here. Steve Sims is interesting, but I'm gonna take a flyer on Laviska Shenault of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, so switch to your screen and show everyone what you.
I will. So as you can see, draft is complete. I finished with Matt Ryan, Christian McCaffrey, Cam Akers, DeAndre, Godwin, Herndon, Swift, Bears, Justin Tucker, AJ Green, Matt Stafford, Henry Ruggs, Deontay Johnson. Not Deontay Johnson, Duke Johnson, Nyheim Hines, Jack Doyle, and Laviska Shenault, which again is pretty solid. I'll take. I think I really like the wide receivers I have there. I think there's a lot of value there. But yeah, anyways.
Having a really solid backup in AJ Green, who could very well have a lot of upside as the number 1 in Cincinnati, I think is a really good idea.
I do agree. I do agree.
All right, so back here, obviously a lot of week 10s in some pretty important places, a lot of week 9s, a lot of week 8s. It's okay. Bye weeks don't really matter that much. It's just 1 week in the grand scheme of things. You can take an automatic loss if your team is this sick. So Kyler Murray is a big breakout candidate. He's got the running potential. He's got the passing potential with DeAndre Hopkins there. Christian Kirk is very solid. Kenyon Drake's a good pass catching back. So, and of course their offense is called the air raid offense. So Kyler Murray will eat this year. I don't think the Cardinals are going to do that well, to be honest, but they will in the next few years with their defense really building up.
Offensive line.
Yeah, first 2 rounds, Edwards-Helaire and Eckler. If you can get those 2 guys, you should be very, very happy with yourself. Odell Beckham Jr. and Keenan Allen. I don't care if this is 2015 or 2020. If you have these 2 as your starting wide receivers, you're set. There's nothing wrong with that. You're absolutely set.
Especially with the value at running back as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love Hunter Henry personally. He was really good for me last year, but other people may not like the unreliability at quarterback there. Who knows? David Johnson, I feel like the secret's out with him. He's climbing up the board, but he's going to be very productive if he stays healthy, for sure, in that Houston offense. And I cannot stop talking about the Ravens as a team, as a whole. They are so good. They are built so well, head to toe, offense, defense, doesn't matter. And I'm proud to be a fan. And the Ravens defense will be very good this year, even without Earl Thomas. And the rest of these guys don't really matter. They'll get 1-2 weeks at most.
Yeah, I mean, I think it went pretty smoothly, except for Mr. Lamar Jackson, 3rd overall. But
I think for us it went really smoothly. Besides your auto picks, but even then, your auto picks weren't bad at all.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take Ruggs. I wanted Ruggs anyways, so.
Ruggs is a sick pick.
But yeah, anyways, going forward, we are actually unsure if we're going to be live streaming our drafts, just as we have, I think we both right now have plans to complete them with people that we're going to be in a league with, or at least communicating with people we're going to be in a league with. But if you're lucky, maybe you'll get a draft episode, just maybe.
I think what you guys are going to get is you're going to get one more episode before the season starts about our predictions for the season.
Oh, I would think
Obviously.
so. I have mine all
Like
laid out.
we would be we'd be incomplete as a channel if we didn't do that.
Exactly. So, yeah, let's do that next episode. We can do it before Thursday. Oh my God, football's on Thursday. That's crazy. Before the Houston Texans kick off their season against the Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs, and we will do a nice little prediction episode for you, going through who we think is going to have a good year, who's going to have a bad year, and just the overall season prediction, I guess.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching.
Yep.